Well, hello there, guys and gals. It's me coming at you again. If you remember, in one of the episodes, I mentioned that we were at our O'Reilly's, and we noticed that an oil trail was following us, right? If not, we were at O'Reilly's and we noticed the oil trail. Looked underneath the car, and you know, we saw this, and then we looked underneath, and there's a giant puddle. Now, I went in O'Reilly's, I bought 2 additional quarts of oil for this situation, which turned out to be a good idea-ish, because you know, we obviously made a home, thank God. And then I just checked it because I'm getting ready to pull it inside and see where this oil leak is. Whenever I left O'Reilly's, this thing was almost completely full of oil, and 3 quarts on the way home is what she ended up just undercoating everything. And it's, yep, she's gonna need another wash. That's fine. But there's all kind of preservatives underneath there, keeping everything nice and fresh. So we're going to get this thing inside. We're going to see what in the world happened. But I spent 3 quarts of oil from O'Reilly's to here, which, I mean, from O'Reilly's to here, which is like roughly 8-ish miles. I was praying for no traffic. Let's just see. I think it's an oil cooler line. Let's see if I'm right or wrong, okay? Wish us luck. So kids, we got the IROC on the little mullet machine on the rack. This is it coming in. That's where it idled for like 3 seconds. Had to fire up the old AC. We got the 40,000 BTU unit. We was debating on the 150,000 BTU unit. It's a hot one, hot one. And then we had to, you know, use our dollies, get it around here, and looky there, heck of a mess. I mean, this is just, now, look at all that oil preservative. It just coated everything and saved on it. Good thing is it's all over the exhaust, so that smells really good when it burns off. And it preserved all the, just, yep, there it goes, just a dripping. What we have found is, I believe, the oil sending unit right here by the oil filter, and it is the one that has the pressure on it. So can you maybe if I just hold my mouth right about, can you see that? There he is. Right there's the plug-in for it. We move that plug-in. Daggone it. I purposely tried to fire up the big lights here. There we go. Now I'm blinding me, but you might be able to see. See, there's the plug-in for it. And right there is the sending unit. Now, we knew the gauge didn't work, right? If it's bypassing that sucker because it's leaking out, yeah, I can believe that. But I have never seen one leak this bad. That is not even a joke. I have never seen one leak that bad. And I've already replaced the one way up top. Just remember one thing, guys and gals. Oil can't leak up, it only leaks down. This would have enough pressure to really throw some oil. So we're gonna run into our good guys there at O'Reilly's. We'll see you guys here in a minute. And we're gonna get a new oil sending unit. We're gonna take that one out, match it up. Sometimes these things have 2 prongs, 3 prongs, 4 prongs. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes they just don't look right. So we're gonna take that sucker out and see what we got. Usually they want to sell you, well, not they, but people will try to sell you a specialty socket. I don't believe that we need one. I don't believe we do. We're gonna find out. I'm gonna take this whole mess of big sockets over here. Hope you guys can hear me over that big old 40,000 BTU unit. I'm telling you, I'm about to break out the big guy. It's a hot one out here. If I remember right, these things are actually like 7/8. Let's see if I'm right or wrong or indifferent. It is a mess. Yes, it's a mess. It's not going to fit on there. Nope, Sure ain't. So it's not that fella. It's a big old fella. He's a dirty bird. I think I actually have sockets for that. You might actually need a socket for that one. I can't remember. Like I say, it's been a day or two, so we could use our you know, our drivers for the seals and all that. That might actually be it. A 30 millimeter. We're gonna see if that fits it. And it's right there above the oil filter on the block, and that is way too big, so that's good. We're gonna get some cardio and all that good jazz. Let me try to figure out what socket it is, so you guys ain't watching me do all this work for nothing. All right, so just give me a few minutes and I'll let you know what size it is, and we'll come right back to it. All right. Well, kids, like they say, there's one more way to skin a cat. So I cannot get that sensor out without the right without the right socket. Apparently I don't have it. I thought that I did. I might dig a little bit longer just to make sure, but anyway, let's just say for argument's sake you do not have that socket, but you need that part. So you're gonna go in, you're gonna buy the part and the socket at the same time, like I'm about to do if I don't have it, because I didn't see it. Anyway, you need to take a picture of the end of this where it plugs in. Okay, let me get this. There we go. Maybe take a picture of the end of that where it plugs into, and if you can, take a picture with your flash on at the end of this sensor. Then you really can't mess it up too much, can you? Now, as much as I would like to take that sensor out, I put a set of channel locks on. I might try vice grips. Just twist it out, take it with me, because I really don't want to run back in town for another sensor. I have a little bit of wiggle room in this one, not much. So if I can't, I'm just going to take the pictures. Actually, I took a video because my camera wouldn't zoom good enough. I have a cheap phone, it happens. So I am going to go into O'Reilly's, grab me a new, I think that's an oil pressure switch. I think that's what that one is. I don't remember. There's a sending unit and a switch. One of them, I bet you that one goes to the gauge. I'm almost 100% sure that one goes to the gauge. But we're gonna find out, we're gonna replace it, we're gonna make it gooder again, all right? So give me a few minutes, that's gonna go real quick just like this, and you know, here we go. Well, we're back and we had to wait. Nobody in town had it. But O'Reilly's took care of me and got it in. And if you're curious, for this particular one, it was PS216. Make sure you are checking these things, because this one, I don't know if you could tell or not, but it has two prongs in there. Boom, boom. One of them only had one in the center. Okay? So it's listing two different ones, which I don't remember any IROC Z, or probably too many Camaros period, that just had the SWIT light. I don't remember those. And I've had like 6 of these or something. You probably can't see me, it might be a good thing. Anyway, I did find my specialty socket. Let me go ahead and show you that. It is a special socket. It's deep all the way through. This is made for, you know, sensors and stuff like that. It is 1 1/16", if you're wondering. So what happened with this is, the old one, see how it's got that hole in there? The seals went bad in here. It was coming out through here, and it just, did it ever make a mess. I mean, there's puddles, I mean, just like everywhere, right? Let me throw this in real quick, then we're gonna start it up, see if old Dad was right. About 100% sure I was. Just give me a few minutes, all right? Well, that took about 15 seconds. So you don't have to do ooga-dooga it. Just get it nice and snug. Here we go. Now, if you were like somebody else I know, me, you want to make sure you throw it out of gear because you didn't hook up a neutral safety switch to it because you like to party. You know, let's just see. No drippage. I'm still saying I have never seen one leak that bad. Not in my life. That is amazing to me. I've never seen an oil sending switch thing, one of those, leak like that. But now I got like 3 days worth of cleaning underneath of it. I mean, it's nice and preserved, don't get me wrong, but I don't want that underneath my car on the exhaust and all. I have never, ever, ever seen one leak like that. I am not even close to kidding you. Like, that stuff is, I even got to rewash the car. It's all over the rear bumper. Which, kids, if you're wondering, that's another way you can tell if you got an oil leak. Your rear bumper. You see those little speckles of love? Can you see it? Look in here. I'm doing that for you guys because I love you. Can you see that streak? I mean, there is just, that's all kind of oily goodness there. Not gooder. So later tonight, we're gonna, you know, de-oil my clutch that's, you know, not an oil working clutch. It's not supposed to be. So we're gonna spray all that down real good, get oil off the clutch, you know, and pretty much throughout the whole back of the car. But you know what? That's what worked. I was about 100. Yeah, I was 100% sure that's what it was, because oil can't leak from the bottom up. You get what I'm saying? Now this had pressure on it. You know what? I'll bet our oil pressure gauge works now. I didn't even check. Should we? Let's just... We're gonna be a good sport all around. It's got me curious as a kitty. That was not me, that was a camera trick. Tooting on camera. I'll bet the oil pressure gauge works, because I'm about 100% sure that's the one for the gauge. Let's just, one more again. I think it's one for the gauge. And looky there, the oil pressure gauge still doesn't work. What the world, dude? It acted like it was going to for a second. Hey, maybe it will start now. Maybe it'll start working? I don't know. Maybe. Dang it. That's okay. We kind of figured it was the gauge anyway. Okay, it's not working, and it's... Nope. She's just not gonna work. At least I don't think that's working. If that's working, then we'll be looking for a 383 stroker or something to put in this mug. But, yep. I don't know if I can. Let's just, should we? Hey, I'm going to use this stick real quick just to see, okay? Okay, it would probably work if the stick didn't like collapse on itself. And I have nothing close, so we're going to say the gauge just doesn't work. All right, so we'll end up replacing the gauge later. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna jump down from here. I'm gonna shut the car off. That's the more gooder trick to do. We're gonna shut the car off, then we're gonna jump down. because that's more good or safe. And rather than you guys hear this thing lift again, I'm just gonna say peace out, Girl Scout, Boy Scout. There's a difference. Anyway, so we got it. Oil pressure switch, that was the problem. But when you're looking for these oil leaks, if it's coming from up above, there's no way it could have come from something lower, upper, unless it has a butt ton of pressure. That switch obviously had quite a bit of pressure on it. That makes me actually feel better knowing that it leaked that much. Yeah, that's some PSs of I, you know, that would have leaked that. Pretty good oil pressure, I believe, to leak out 3 quarts of oil 8 miles. But anyway, guys, I hope this helps you. And I'm feeling more gooder about the old mullet machine. You know, at least the plus thing was it got me home. That's the one thing. I talk to my cars. I don't know if do you guys talk to your cars? I do. Heck yeah, I do. I name them all. So I always tell them, please don't leave me stranded. Try to get me home. It got me home. So it's doing what it's supposed to do. I told it, take care of me and I'll take care of it. It's taking care of me. I'm taking care of it. So just don't beat on them all the time, Clayton. You know what I mean? Clayton. So if you beat on them all the time, you should be repairing them all the time. Just saying. You know, you can't beat on them and expect them to be great vehicles all the time. And that's going to wrap up this video. Thanks for watching, guys. And if you don't mind, hit the old like and subscribe. It does something to make these videos pop up more or something. I appreciate it. You guys have a great weekend. We're coming back with more Right Turn Garage TV. Y'all have a good one. See you next time.